Am I the asshole for letting my aunt and cousins arrested? I was born in a poor Catholic community in Southeast Asia where family is above all else. Growing up, my parents drilled in my head that education will get you a good job and possibly out of poverty. Growing up, cousins will always bully me for being good in school and for being gay. Aunts and uncles will oftentimes mock, embarrass and hit in the head to try get out the gay in me. They will insult me at every opportunity for dreaming of finishing college and becoming something in life. Back in 2008, at 16 years old, senior in HS, I won a national competition funded by a charity, and the winner will have the opportunity to study abroad. I got accepted in a London university due to my grades. During my college years, I worked 3 part-time jobs to be able to feed myself and send some money back home to my parents. Back in 2010, I met my husband in the bakery that I work part-time. My husband came from old French money. During my college years, he oftentimes asked me to move in with him and he will support me financially. I always declined. I want to make it on my own. Eventually, I graduated 2012 and we got married back in 2014. Currently, I 29M and my husband 37M lives in France since 2014. Back in 2017, with the help of my husband's family, I'm able to move my parents and 2 brothers here as well. Since then, relatives been hounding me to do the same for them. Honestly, I don't want to. Behind my back, my parents asked a favor to my mill to help 2 cousins 35F, 25F and an aunt 50F. I'm so upset with my parents, but they argued they are family and we need to help them. June 2019, cousins and aunt were able to get here and had a hard time getting jobs since none of them were able to finish HS. My mill and Phil hired them to be extra help, mainly with cleaning. I am against this since I know them and I am sure they will do something stupid. And I'm not wrong. Items start to disappear in my in-laws' house. This has never been an issue in the past. One rainy November day, I received a call from my mill. She informed me multiple number of designer handbags and jewelry went missing and aunt and cousins were missing as well. Police were called and they were arrested in a train station 2 hours outside of Paris with multiple pawnshop receipts, cash and train tickets going to Milan. We are able to collect all the stolen items and my mill filed lawsuits against them. My mill is a wonderful woman and my parents are deeply embarrassed and apologized to her multiple times. Relatives are now asking me to talk to her to drop the lawsuits. Honestly, I don't want to, and it's up to the French police. They are now calling me ungrateful and useless since I don't want anything with it. I feel like I am turning my back to family and I felt horrible about it. Am I the asshole?
Not the asshole. Fuck, I never react to this kind of post. But baby, you are too good of a person. Family is not only blood and you in-laws are much more your family than these people's. I hope they get deported and back to where they came from. You did so much for them. You should let them go back to see how it was before. Let it all slide over your back and go be happy with your amazing and loving hubby. You deserve this and they deserve what is coming for them.
Not the asshole. You would be the asshole for putting your mother-in-law in that position. She's your family too, her trust was abused in a horrible way and she deserves your support. Your aunt has forfeited the right to claim family.
Not the asshole. You've gone well above and beyond for your family, and they abused the trust of those around you and made extremely poor choices. At some point, they need to take responsibility for their own lives and you for yours. Culturally, I don't doubt that's difficult. But they sound like they're taking huge advantage of you.
Not the asshole. No question about it. They committed a crime, they deserve the punishment. I've had the same problems with a cousin of mine, and I didn't feel bad one bit, and neither should you. Honestly think letting them get sued is the right thing to do. Not the asshole times 240,000. What a shitty extended family. How ungrateful, that they were able to move to France cause of you and your in-laws and then they fucked it up by literally stealing from the people who went over and above to give them a better life. Hilarious that they're calling you ungrateful. Cut them off, they've got to work through their own karma now and your loyalty is rightly to your husband and his family rather than people who have mistreated you always. But outer interest, I know French immigration laws are hella strict, so how the F did they get over? Not the asshole, you reap what you sow. Surely as religious people they know the commandments. I'm sure not stealing is one of them.
Not the asshole. Once you married their son, your in-laws take precedence as relatives over your cousins and aunts.
Not the asshole. First of all, your family, other than maybe your parents, have done nothing to better your life or theirs. It sounds like your entire family is living off of your success and using your marriage for personal gain. There is no reason that you should have been mocked, berated, and pressured beyond belief to be this huge success just so you can support them. Let them be held accountable for what they did. That's your MIL's choice to make, and you have no reason or obligation to influence her decision whatsoever. You went out of your way to help them, and this is how they repay you. They've relied on you to take care of them too many times.
So they physically and verbally abused you. Were they the same family members? Stole from your family and think you can magically get their charges dropped? They clearly don't love or respect you. They did this to themselves. You aren't letting it happen. Like your title suggests, the consequences they suffer are karma. Not the asshole.
Not the asshole. Lawsuits are there for a reason. They did something punishable, they get the punishment. Also, they have no right to talk about family, because a true family would not steal from each other, and they will certainly not shame each other's sexualities. They are not worthy of being called family, and they have no place doing those things.
Not the asshole. Not everything can be family connection fixed. Theft is not a time to pull the fix-it cause we're family card. Take care of the family who treats you as such and back you in laws. Remember that they were 100% ready to steal and leave you with their mess. They're gaslighting you.
Not the asshole. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. No offense, but your family sound horrible and have taken advantage of you, your husband and your in-laws. I bet they weren't homophobic when they found out your husband is rich. You were nice enough to help them move, sent money to them, and they threw it all in your face. They are assholes and deserve what is happening. Please stand your ground and don't drop this. I have never read a more clear case of not the asshole. Big gay hugs for you. Your in-laws deserve this. I would cut them out from my life if I were you.
Not the asshole. They were stealing. It's their fault, not yours.
Not the asshole. If I guessed it right, are you a Filipino? Because it seems like this toxic family trait is _very_ Filipino, and I hope this trait would die soon. Honestly, that toxic trait doesn't make them see a fact that your aunt and cousins stole from your mill, period. Putangina nila kamo. And I'm happy that despite your family situation bullying you, you stayed true to yourself.
You have finally made something of yourself, you have worked incredibly hard and now have a life you can enjoy. You did this. You are a good person. Please, please, please don't let these people, your family, ruin it for you. They did this to themselves, they will deal with the consequences. Instead of working hard to improve their lives like you did, they turned to stealing from your family, your real family. Because of the values instilled into you from childhood, it may be hard, but you need to cut these people out of your life. Blood doesn't mean anything. You need to keep the people that you love and love you back close to you. And push away anyone that tries to pull you down. I wish you the best. Your feelings of guilt will hopefully pass because you did absolutely nothing wrong.
Not the asshole. They are just using you and manipulating you because it is convenient for them. These people didn't accept you before when you were trying to get an education and become someone. The only reason they do now is because you got money and they don't. Let the police handle it, and don't let your in-laws help your family abroad unless you personally know how they act.
Not the asshole. You did not let your aunt and cousins get arrested, they got themselves arrested by being thieves. As they were caught red-handed with overwhelming evidence by the police, I would let them burn. As for the other members of your extended family, why are you even talking to them? I would be blocking them and going no contact with them at this moment. They have done nothing for you in your life but bully and harass you, you owe them nothing. It is time to implement some firm boundaries and stick to them.
They are now calling me ungrateful and useless. Ha. That's fucking rich coming from useless dropouts who weren't grateful enough to not steal from the employers that sponsored you to get out of your country. Not the asshole.
Not the asshole. They play the family card when it's about coming to France and when they get arrested, but it's cool to screw over family? Nope. Don't get it both ways.
Not the asshole, from the moon and back. Fuck that. Where was family when they were stealing all those items from your husband's family, when they received help from them? Not the asshole, and are you Filipino? Because F the extended family who feels entitled to our success.
I can definitely tell that you are Pinoy because this reeks of ingrata, Filipino culture. You've done enough. They embarrass themselves, and your mother needs to realize that none of what's happening is your fault. Honestly, if that were me, I would have been the one to press charges, but hey, I hold grudged. Don't let them guilt you into thinking you owe them anything.
Not the asshole. Real family wouldn't have put you in such an awkward and compromising position. Let them rot in jail. As an aside, I would have told my folks that I wouldn't hesitate to boot them out too if they tried to pull shit like that again. Not the asshole. Family is very important. Until they start jeopardizing your life. That could have potentially put a huge wedge between you and your in-laws. Your cousins and aunt basically spat in you and your parents' faces after you pulled a huge favor for them.
Not the asshole. I think the term, ungrateful, is totally misused here, on their part. What are you being ungrateful for? The years of bullying and harassment. Them taking advantage of you and your husband's kindness. Everything you got in life you worked for. They made their decisions to fuck around. The idea that family should be taken care of no matter what is absolutely absurd. I love my family to death, but I draw the line at taking advantage of me. I'm proud of you, Op, for working your ass off.
Not the asshole, because when in Rome you gotta live like how the Romans do. Obey the rule of law of the country you are in and everything would be fine. I would argue against helping them because this is their punishment from God.
Not the asshole. But your parents broke your trust and your in-laws' trust. Are you sure your parents should even stay? They went behind your back. I think they need to return to their home country.
Not the asshole. Even if you wanted Filtmill to drop the lawsuits, you have no right to tell the victims of a crime not to pursue legal action, so it's completely out of your hands anyway.
Ha ha ha, you're Filipino and that's Pinoy culture. Yes, family is important, but seriously, fuck the extended. They betrayed your family's kindness and expect you to help them. Pretty hypocritical. Not the asshole. Part of family is everything is tough love. As well, your mill is family too. Not by blood, but still family. And acting more as family than your own. Actions have consequences, and if those are harsh, then don't do it. If they weren't in the process of fleeing, and willingly gave it back, then maybe. But not after pawning everything and fleeing to another country.
Not the asshole, not the asshole, not the asshole. Let me get this straight, your deeply Catholic aunt would hit you for being gay but had no problem stealing from your mill where one of the commandants is, thou shall not steal. Oh, sweetie, no, definitely not the asshole. I know how people like to push the narrative, but family, fuck them. Your family are the people who have always been there for you. Fuck your aunt and screw the other family members that are trying to get your mill to drop it. She helped them out of the goodness of her heart and they went around and stabbed her in the back. NTA, you have nothing to be grateful towards your aunt and cousins for, they are an embarrassment. Not the asshole. Family is not a special tag to do whatever you want and have someone take the full door you. Even if it were your real family. Let them pay the price of their mistakes and do not let them convince you that you are doing something wrong.
Not the asshole. Family wasn't that important to your relatives when they decided to repay your kindness with theft.
Not the asshole. These people say family is everything, and then steal from family. They clearly consider themselves family only when it suits them.
Not the asshole. They use the family card to abuse and take advantage of you. Being family did not prevented your aunt and cousins to steal from your in-laws. They were the ungrateful ones, not you. Your in-laws are more of a family to you than them. Stick to your guns and don't mind what they say.
Not the asshole people, family or not, that give a crap about you don't steal your things. Why should you give a crap about them?
Not the asshole. You reap what you sow. And they deserve jail for being so ungrateful for the help they did receive.
Not the asshole.
Not the asshole. They turned their back on you first.
Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Tell your parents your mill is your family as well. They stole and they should mind their business. Imagine the humiliation that your family stole from your mill. It's convenient for them to pull the family card on you while they didn't treat you family in the past. I feel like I know which country are you from, and if I am right, they do this kind of shit all the time. Not the asshole. I don't usually comment on am I the asshole posts, but I just want to say, your aunt and cousins should be arrested. In letting them get arrested, you are supporting your husband and your poor Mill, whose act of kindness was betrayed. Support the family that supports you. NTA, you need to realize that your Mill is family. She's been more of a family member than your own family, aunt and cousins, have been. Don't let them drop the charges. These people didn't care about you, they didn't care how they would make you look in front of your own family. They were trying to leaving you with this mess for you to clean up after them. They were the ones that were ungrateful, not you. They need to own up to their crimes. You did nothing wrong, they used your Mill, they could have has it good by working hard there. Don't drop the charges and go no contact till this is over with them. Not the asshole thou shalt not steal, right? How many times can your aunt and cousins mess up before your family realizes they are not worth helping?
Blood is thicker than water, but that also means it's easier to drown in. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. How are you ungrateful? They never did anything for you to be grateful for. Even when you had to work 3 jobs to support yourself, you still sent them money. You went way out of your way to help them, when you didn't even really want to. They did what they did and you have no reason to help them since they're 100% guilty.
Not the asshole.